Hello once again on Cowboys Insiders. Today, the Dallas Cowboys finally started to sign NFL draft of 2026. After disappointing seasons, the Cowboys are no longer pretending they are one of the piece way, and his vision is clear. The roster need a young energy, a speed and identity players. Across the table, coaches and scouts discussed one things over and over. Even with a superstar like Micah Parsons leading in the charge, the defense struggled, missed the tackles, blown coverage, and no consistency. On the offense, Dak Prescott still leads, but pressure is building. He needs a help, not just weapon, but protection and balance. So this NFL draft is about a survival and revival to the Dallas Cowboy. Dallas holds something large. Two first round picks, the picks 12 and picks 20. Inside the rooms, one scout whispers, "We can trade the future tonight." There are two paths on the board: take two annoyed player or go all in a chance on one generation talent. So the debate in the Dallas begins due to those options that the scout of the Dallas Cowboy is dealing. So if the safe plan, the stable plan, two starter immediately signed with the Dallas. Another voice cuts in, "What if we move up, silence the idea, package both picks, jump into the top 5 in the NFL? The draft game-changing pass rusher, the kind of player offenses fear every snap. Pair him with Micah Parsons, suddenly the Cowboys' defense become terrifying. But it comes at a cost. No death, a fewer chances, and high risk and high rewards are expected. So the next option is I think like a chess player. A scout runs forwards, a trade down and get more picks. More players get a chances and build a depth across the roster. So this is how a great teams are built quietly, but you might miss a greatness. The identity shift. This isn't just about players. It's about the identity of the Dallas Cowboys, which are evolving a faster defense, a hybrid players, and versatility over size. They want a defenders who can rush, cover, and adopt. A modern football demands it. A draft night vision. As the clock ticks closer to the draft night, a vision forms. If everything goes right, Dallas walk away with a shoot-down cornerback who looks down at top receivers, a dynamic edge or linebackers who flies across the field, mid-round gems who develop into a future starts. The kind of class that the people look back on and say. So those are the NFL draft mocks in the Dallas Cowboys. Also the Dallas Cowboys off-season transfers. The Dallas are entering in 2026 NFL off-season with a clear vision to reinforce a key position across the roster and increase their chances of making a deep playoff run. So in the series of strategic moves, the team has set its sight signings. signings of 4 promising players: Fernando Mendoza, Ruben Byrne, Alvin Lees, and David Baylor. These transfers are more than a routine acquisitions. They reflect a Dallas intent to address a long-standing roster weaknesses while adding a youth talent capable of contributing immediately. Let's start on Fernando Mendoza. Fernando Mendoza is an offensive line reinforcement. Fernando Mendoza is regarded as the one of the top young offensive linemen available this offseason. Standing at 6'5" and 315 pounds, Mendoza combined a brute strength with a nimble footwork, allowing him to excel in both pass protection and run blocking. So the Cowboys have struggled with a consistency along the offensive line in previous seasons. After giving up a critical sacks in a clutch situations, Mendoza alive provide a competition for the position, add flexibility, which could allow a Dallas to rotate a players depending on matchups or injuries. Analysts predict that Mendoza could immediately bolster the offensive front, giving a quarterback Dak Prescott more time and improving the running game efficiently. So there is many reasons that the Dallas Cowboys could make this transfer of Fernando Mendoza. A reliable offensive line is foundation of the successful NFL teams. By signing a Mendoza, a Dallas is addressing 1994 in Orlando in Florida. Growing up in Florida, a state famous for producing an elite football talent, Hendrickson developed a deep love for a sport at the young age. During his years, he displayed a natural athletics ability and strong competitive instinct. Coaches quickly noticed his aggressive playing style and his ability to dominate an opponent on defensive side of the ball. At Apocuppa High School in Florida, Hendrickson began to build his reputation as a powerful defensive player. His speed, strength, and ability to chase a quarterback made him one of the most promising young defenders in his region. His performances eventually attracted the attention of the college football program across the United States. Hendrickson decided to play a college football for the Florida Atlantic. At Florida Atlantic, Hendrickson developed into one of the most dominant defensive players in the program's history. He became famous for the incredible ability to rush the quarterback and disrupt offensive plays. During his college career, Hendrickson produced impressive statistics including 29.5 career sacks, 42 tackles for loss, and numerous quarterback pressure. As several forced fumbles, his aggressive pass rushing style made him a nightmare for offensive linemen. Hendrickson's ability to consistently break through offensive lines helped him to become one of the most productive defensive players in the college football. During his time at Florida Atlantic, because of these performances, NFL scouts began to view him as a promising defensive prospect with high upside. In the 2017 NFL Draft, a New Orleans Saints selected Trey Hendrickson in the third round. All thought he did not immediately become a starter. Hendrickson spent his early season developing his skills and learning from experienced veterans on ascent roster. Those years proved extremely valuable for his development. He improved his pass rushing techniques, strength and conditioning, and game awareness, defensive positioning. Gradually, began to earn more playing time and demonstrate his ability to impact games. Hendrickson's career truly exploded during the 2020 NFL season with the New Orleans Saints. That season, he recorded 13.5 sacks, multiple quarterback hits, and numerous pressure on opposing quarterbacks. These breakout performances instantly elevated Hendrickson's reputation across the NFL. Teams began to view him as one of the most dangerous emerging pass rushers in a league. Following his breakout season, Hendrickson signed a major free agency contract with the deal was reported worth about $60 million over 4 years, showing how highly the Bengals valued the defensive ability. The Bengals were looking for a powerful edge rusher. Since joining Bengals, Hendrickson has continued to perform at an elite level. He quickly became the leader of Bengals pass rusher, constantly applying pressure to opposing quarterbacks. His defensive performances played an important role in helping the Bengals to become one of the strongest teams in the NFL. Hendrickson possesses several qualities that make him one of the best defensive ends in the NFL. One of the Hendrickson's greatest strengths is his lightning fast first steps off the line of scrimmage. These allow him to beat offensive tacklers before they can properly set their blocks. Hendrickson uses a variety of techniques to defeat blockers, including spin moves, power rushes, and speed rushes, and fighting techniques. These moves make him extremely difficult for offensive linemen to contain. One of the Hendrickson's most admired traits is his non-stop effort. Even when a play seems over, he continues chasing the quarterback until the whistle blows. As he gained experience, Hendrickson also became an important leader in the locker room. His work ethics and competitiveness inspire teammates. And important to a Bengals defense, the Bengals lean heavily on Hendrickson to create a defensive pressure. His presence on a field forces opposing offenses to adjust their blocking schemes, often requiring a double teams or extra protection. This creates opportunities for other defensive players to make big plays. In a modern football, elite quarterbacks dominate the game. Because of this, teams must have defensive players capable of disrupting a passing attacks. Pass rushers like Trey Hendrickson are extremely valuable because they can sack the quarterback, force turnovers, and disrupt offensive timing, also change the momentum of the games. These abilities make a pass rusher some of the highest paid players in the NFL. As Hendrickson continues his career, he is expected to remain one of the most important players on the Bengals defense. If he maintains his current level of performances, he could earn a multiple Pro Bowl selection, complete the Defensive Player of the Year awards, and continue breaking team defensive record. His combination of the talent, work ethics, and experience make him one of the most respected defensive players in the league. So, the story of Troy Hendrickson is a powerful example of determination and perseverance from his early football today in Florida and become a dominant force in the NFL, and Hendrickson have been